Just pulled up to Multnomah Falls. It is very windy, quite icy, and in the mid-30s today here in the gorge. The loop I plan on running today starts here at Multnomah Falls, works up the canyon past a series of waterfalls, hooks a right, and goes up to Devil's Rest, where I can loop around back down towards Wahkeena Falls. From Wahkeena, there's a trail that runs along the highway to get back to Multnomah Falls where I parked. Definitely never seen it like this before.
I just fell all over.
She's fallen twice already. That's probably what the whole trail's like, huh?
I think so. I think be careful.
It's so icy I can't even get up this without these chains. Coming up those last couple of bends was so sketchy. It's really windy right here and I'm freezing cold. Hopefully once I get up this 500-foot wall, tuck into the canyon, I'll be protected from the wind. Super icy down there. Nobody up here because it's so icy down there. All the shoebies, you know. This is the only obstacle on all the paved path. All right, it took me about 20 minutes to get up here to where I'm topping out the Multnomah cliff and saying goodbye to the gorge, crossing over to the canyons. All right, I'm at the first sign. You can see I am here. I'm gonna continue down this way past these few falls, hook this turn to get to the trail that goes up to Devil's Rest. From there I'll be coming back down this trail, which is kind of cut off the map, and then I'll be going back down past Ferry Falls to Wahkeena, hit the parking lot, and then straight back to Multnomah where I parked. Boom shakalaka. So I am immediately out of the wind, protected by the canyon walls. It's a little more cozy in here. I think I'll be just fine today. So hopefully it doesn't get much more icy than this and I'll be fine. Looks like somebody may have had a big old bloody nose or something. Gross. I'm just gonna keep chipping away. Wow. Now that's pretty neat. This is one of the coolest spots on the trail. Man-made pathway under a cool overhang. If you like icicles, this is a place for you. Wiesendanger? Another cool overhang. And voila! Slightly unnerving standing right here. The canyon starts to open up here a little bit. My right turn's coming up. I just came up this way. I'm not going that way because that goes to Lark Mountain. I'm at the second sign. I am here, gonna continue wrapping around towards Devil's Rest. I'm well up above the creek and the Lark Mountain Trail down there. It's kind of a crossing over point. Being out on the edge of this bluff, I'm exposed to the wind again, but if I stay moving, I'll be plenty warm. Alright, so I'm exactly an hour in on the Wahkeena Trail 420. I'm gonna split off here, go up towards Devil's Rest, 1.6 miles. This next mile or so is pretty steep, working my way up this burned out area, and then it flattens off. So the trail is traveled. As you can see, there is about 3 inches of snow that hasn't been tampered with. Burned out trees is super cool. You see straight through them. Man, with the sun out, it's just so pleasant up here. Run tall. This is the apex of my run today, Devil's Rest. As you can see, it's a good place for devils to rest. Devil's Rest doesn't have as good of a view as Angel's Rest. I don't know where they come up with these names, but it's a cool spot. I'm not gonna take a rest. It's cold and windy up here and I'm gonna get back down in the trees. All right, so rather than double back from Devil's, I'm gonna continue along Foxglove Trail, which goes back down to the Wahkeena Trail. Pretty tight, pretty tight. So Foxglove is pretty short and sweet. It's pretty steep. And if you come up here while it's raining and there's no snow, it's super muddy. So this is actually pretty cool. All right, so I just came down Foxglove and I'm not gonna continue that way that goes back to Angels. I'm actually gonna hit this trail, which there's a sign for Devil's Fork right there. Oh man, this is a solid 6 inches of snow though. And it's still pretty dry. Last week it got down to about 25 degrees, so I'm not too surprised. It's warming up though. It's 35 today. The sun's peeking out, so this snow will get a little heavier. All right, we got a sign here. Okay, so we're a mile away from Devil's Rest apparently. Crossing this trail here. Okay, so it's called Lily's Lane. So we've gone from the Lark Mountain Trail to the Wahkeena Trail to the Devil's Rest Trail to Foxglove to Lily's Lane. About to be back down to the Wahkeena Trail, and then we'll hit the highway. All right, so we're finishing up Lily's Lane and coming out right here back onto the Wahkeena Trail. Once again, I'm fully exposed to the wind, but it's beautiful. And I'm radiating from my core. Nice. From here on out, it's gonna be more of the same until I get to another waterfall. Man, I came around that last bend just screaming at the camera and ran into a couple people. I don't know why I still get embarrassed about that. It is so windy. This is Wahkeena. Always take 10 sips of water right here. Any more than that and I'll get a little crampy. Oh, ugh. Back on the main trail. As you can see, I am here. Whoa, look at that. Berry Falls is kind of small, but it's really cool. So from here on out, it's just shooby pavement all the way back down to the Wahkeena Falls. Wahkeena Falls. And like Multnomah, it's really, really icy. Ooh, almost went down. That's where I'm going. This part's boring. Back at Multnomah, killed my GoPro, so I'm gonna sign off here. The loop took me about 2 hours and 50 minutes. I had fun. Hope you enjoyed.